All right, and we're listening to the music of the tango, and tango is just phenomenal music. Has a long, long connection in terms of history to jazz, and there are some things you want to tell us about these last couple of pieces of music and how they all fit into the genre of tango.
Yeah, the Daniel Benelli number is a contemporary recording of this really historic music. You hear the flute in there, which was an immigrant's instrument, if there ever was one, fitted right inside your backpack and to carry it on the ship. Tango was a music created by immigrants to accompany their dancing. They were mostly lonely young men in a new country, and they would goof off with each other, hanging out on the wooden sidewalks in front of the bars, dancing with each other so they could practice to get good enough so that when they got in the bar, the barmaid would give them a dance. And the music grew up around that kind of an environment. What we heard after that was Juan D'Arienzo's Milonga de mis amores, the Milonga for my lovers. And it is the kind of light and saucy music that would have been played in a place like a bar in the waterfront districts of Buenos Aires or Montevideo on the Rio de la Plata in the early years of the 20th century, as these guys were desperately trying to ease their loneliness and spend their paychecks.
So that was the first, the two tracks that we just heard?
Right. The last one was Milonga de mis amores, right. And the next one is El Día que me quieras. This is a vocal track. The thing that happened was that as all of these guys eventually got a few more women around, tango became sort of more romantic, and the figure of Carlos Gardel, who was sort of the Elvis of South America, arose to prominence in the 20s and the 30s. This is a recording of his famous The Day You Love Me by Roxana Fontan, a contemporary vocalist who was the singing star of the Broadway show Tango Times 2.
And just for our listeners, how did you get interested in tango, in this type of music, and obviously with Dance of the Heart, your dance company and studios, something that you obviously have devoted a huge portion of your life to. What inspired this?
Boy, it just came out of nowhere. It grabbed me by the throat, said, "You're coming with me." Around the time I was 40 or so, I decided to get into social dance as a way of meeting people after I got divorced, and I thought I was an educated person. I had never had any exposure to this music or to this cultural experience, and I was just leveled. It's been taking up an increasing amount of my time. It introduced me to the woman that would become my partner, and basically now it's a full-time gig. And for the last 8 years or so, it's become increasingly a calling. People tend to say that I didn't choose the tango chose me. That's certainly been my experience, and to be able to teach people this great dance and to put on events where they can come and social dance. We have hundreds of people in the Front Range area for whom tango is their major avocation, and Friday and Saturday nights up and down the Front Range, you have places to dance till 2 in the morning, listening to music like this and sharing the pleasures of dancing with friends, acquaintances, and total strangers that you may never see again, but you can still have that 3 minutes of intimacy.
And what's the website for your for information about what you do?
www.danceoftheheart.com.
And do you have a phone number to go with that?
303-938-0716.
Okay, and for those of people out there trying to scribble that down real quickly, what's that number?
303-938-0716. All things Argentine Tango.
Okay, and this next track, once again?
This is El Día que me quieras, a song by Carlos Gardel, sung by Roxana Fontan.